What's up, everybody? We are the We Book It Boys. All right. I got too excited right there for a second. We are the We Book It Boys, and this is your Smackdown review for October 18th, 2024. I am your host, Virgil, and I am here with my co-host, Fritos. What's up, Fritos?
What up? How's it going, fans? I hope you enjoyed your lovely Friday night and have a great and safe weekend.
Fritos, what you got on tap for the weekend, man? Like I said, I know it's Halloween season, so I know a big thing's going on.
Yes, here in Springfield, my uncle recently opened a bar and they're having a Halloween party. So I'm gonna get my costume on and have a couple of adult beverages. For a fun fact for everyone, I'm allergic to tequila. I have a reaction. My face gets all red and puffy, and he's got $3 margaritas. So I might die this weekend in my costume.
Can't pass up though those margaritas, especially $3 ones. Mm-hmm. Just like you could not pass up this edition of Monday Night Raw, fans. Like I said, this was
Friday Night Smackdown.
It's been a long week. Started a new job this week, folks. Sorry, I'm a little bit off. You cannot pass up on this Friday Night Smackdown. A lot happened. A lot went on. I will say this, just starting off, Fritos, I am very impressed with how they have handled doing these 2-hour shows. I mean, they move along quickly. They try to get in as much as they possibly can while also keeping you glued to your television, and nothing seems like drawn out. So I'm very much a fan of the 2-hour shows. 4 hours of wrestling a week, 6 hours if you count NXT, 8 hours if you count Dynamite. Nobody is watching Collision, so I mean that's just that.
I've got football to watch. Who watches that?
Exactly. But this Friday Night Smackdown starts off with Corey Graves actually introducing the show, and it was weird to me because I'm like, wait a minute, are we supposed to be hearing Michael Cole's voice right now? And then of course, like I said, it goes from there to him introducing himself and Wade Barrett. Michael Cole is off on a different assignment. I believe he's off in England, England, doing what he does. And then it goes to a video package of the Bloodline and Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso from last week. Ends with Jimmy Uso telling Roman Reigns in the ring, like, we need help, Us. We really need help. And then we cut to the ring.
Pause. Big Daddy sees backstage.
It always happens.
Always. At least he's not at the end of the show.
Yeah, right. Right. I have my script up, so I'm not looking at the regular screen or whatnot, the producer screen. I have my script up, so I can go through the show. You know that's what a good host does.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, fellas?
And good co-hosts would show up on time too.
I'm sorry, man. I was playing some NCAA, man.
I was off. I thought you were drinking.
Yeah, it was a heated game against Oklahoma, man. When it almost went into OT, so I had my bad.
You good, man? You good?
I forgot we were streaming. No, plus Bird here too, so
yeah, I figured that would come into play too as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to what I was saying though. After the video package, we go to the ring. The Bloodline is coming out, making their entrance, and then obviously Solo does the whole acknowledge me deal, and then after that, like I said, he starts talking about Jey Uso, and after the crowd starts chanting "Yeet," he says "No Yeet." And then we get a surprise of Jey Uso's music hitting, and he actually shows up on the show. Obviously, he comes up to the Bloodline, and he's trying to talk some sense to his little brother Solo, telling him that he's breaking up the family, and that he's not bringing them back together, and that he needs to do better for himself. If he wants to leave Roman or punish Roman, fine, but don't do it in breaking up the family. And I for one really thought that with this segment, I was really impressed with how Solo Sikoa actually handled himself on the microphone. I thought that this was a really, really good. Segment. It obviously went to Solo asking, telling Jay that he's the tribal chief now, and then after that, telling him don't follow in Jimmy's footsteps. Is he in or he out? And Jay obviously left the cliffhanger. He didn't say if he was in or out, but he did tell his brother the next time he saw him, it was going to be different. What did you think of this moment to start off the show, Fritos?
I thought, I loved the segment. Solo handled himself well. I'm still shocked that Jay showed up, especially, after this past Monday where he said, I don't want anything to do with you guys, anything like that. So it threw me off. But for his reason, be like, I still love you, Solo. You're still my little brother and all that. It makes sense. It's still family. And the fact that they brought up going, why did you bring the rest of them in? We agreed not to bring them in. They're dangerous. Then calling out Jacob Fatu like that too, saying I'm going to beat the you out of you or whatever, or smack the shit out of you. I thought great. They're setting up Fatu versus Jay, so he's definitely getting involved in the storyline for Survivor Series, and we're definitely going to see him this probably Monday, interfering with his match against Braun.
Indeed, Big Daddy C. Did you like this segment? I thought overall in general, Solo showed more personality this week than I've seen in his character the whole time he's been on the main roster. What'd you think?
That's because I feel like it's because you like involving. I say once all of them are when they're engaging with one another in like promos, they're at their best.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're engaging with anyone outside of the family, I feel like it's kind of it's hit or miss. So
Awkward.
Jay, Jimmy, Roman, anybody that's like that's part of the bloodline, I feel like is definitely beneficial for them in terms of the promos. And so I feel like now that Jay is officially involved with this storyline, it's about to get crazy. Like, so and then I like how they've been teasing, just throwing little bits and pieces like, all right, it's not gonna be like immediate, like they just get back together, him and Jimmy, but it's gonna be over time. Remember when the Shield first got back together, right? Well, not the first time. This actually no, yeah, the first time. So the first reunion when Dean he found it hard to like forgive Seth, and they they was going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, eventually, because Roman was there. Roman's like, come on, man, come on, let's do this. We got a common enemy, man. We got 4 guys that we need to tackle, man. So it's just like, all right, let's do this thing. And so Dean was reluctant, and then eventually he came along, and so I feel like that's pretty much what we're going to get with Jay. He's going to be very reluctant for a little bit, but eventually he going to be like, all right, family is family. Little bro, he getting too beside himself. And then you got all these goons over here, that's sort of part of the bloodline, but they ain't really about the good business right now. So I got to do what I got to do, step in and help the original tribal chief do his thing. So I think, that's pretty much what we that. So I like how they're doing this. They're taking their time with it, not trying to rush anything. I did like seeing Jay on Smackdown. I just kind of like went through some of the videos and just watched what was going on. I did see the clash with Roman. No, they pretty much jumped him at the end of SmackDown, but
slow down.
What? One at a time. This is a recap. We go one step at a time.
Oh, my bad.
Slow down.
I ain't realize how far y'all. My bad. I ain't realize how far y'all got. Okay.
But we just started the show, brother. It's not. Look on the screen. The timer. It tells you got really been to do it. It's 9 minutes, brother. Calm down.
I've been drinking, man. I've been drinking.
Hey, Fritos. He literally was trying to bury the lead in the first 2 minutes of the pod, brother. Hold, relax.
Hey,
go through everything.
My bad, man. I've been drinking, bro. But yeah,
goodness gracious.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Go ahead. All
right, so we move on to the next match: the Street Profits versus DIY versus Pretty Deadly. And this match I thought was a really good triple threat tag team match. A lot of movement back and forth. Obviously, DIY and the Street Profits both being high flyers. Ford landed that 450 splash on Ciampa after Ciampa called Prince in the air with the air raid crash. like I said, and then they broke up the cover. The last moment, I thought this was really, really well done, where the Street Profits thought they had won the match and were going to be in line to go to the next level, and of course, it comes out that DIY actually won the match. The ref decided that DIY won the match to advance, and you just see this look on the Street Profits' face, like, I can't believe this happened to us again. Like, I full on believe we may be getting the Street Profits turning heel
again.
I
Again.
agree. I think they need to turn heel. I feel like the SmackDown side for the tag team's kind of stalemated. So I think this just amps it up a bit. Especially, I'm just kind of over DIY. I know they're Triple H boys. I'm just tired of them getting the spotlight as much as they do.
I will choke you. Okay.
Who are you talking to?
Chill out. It's change. It's coins in my pocket. Talking to his cat. Chill out.
And we lost more sponsors.
Right,
we are negative sponsors. We have to own sponsors now.
My bad, y'all.
You're going to have to censor that out.
My bad, I blacked out, man. My cat,
These Friday night shows are going to get ridiculous here real soon. I can tell.
My bad.
Okay, okay. So yes,
Go ahead.
So yes, I do think we will end up seeing the Street Profits turn heel off of this and stay heel this time, even if the fans cheer them. I think I think it'll be good for their characters. I think it'll be good for both of them. Like I said, to turn heel off of this and to attack DIY and cost them that match, and it gives more feuds and more credence to tag team wrestling on the SmackDown side.
I agree.
Nothing new. Okay, then we move on from there. Roman and Jimmy showed up in the Chevy SUV. Like I said, and then they get out the car, obviously, and then you see a big smile come across Jimmy's face because he sees Jay. He actually extends his hand. He's getting ready to shake hands with Jay. Jay like smiles at him, and then but does not shake his hand, and then obviously turns and looks at Roman, and he gives him the old. And then after that, Roman he tries to walk away. Roman does this awkward arm grab where he stops him, pulls him back over, and then he tells him, "I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you." And then after that, Jay scowls at him and says, "No yeet," and then turned and left. And then Jimmy just looked at Roman. So, what did you guys think of this weird, awkward moment where Roman was basically trying to treat Jay like a proud stepdad of him?
I still thought that section was kind of a little bit awkward because I'm still remember from last Monday from the clips where Jay didn't want any part, including Jimmy. But just for him, the open arms, like, I love you. Yes, they're brothers. I get it. But, when I saw the arm grab, my first thought was it's Roman doing this typical gaslighting maneuver trying to get Jay in. So Roman's going to have to change his character. He's going to have to, apologize and be like, I'm sorry for everything. So, it's going to continue on the storyline. You could definitely tell that was one of Roman's old tactics, just kicking in as the tribal chief.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it because I don't think they uploaded that video yet. But I'll watch it later. But yeah, like I said, like they just slowly, but like they just throwing out little gems, man. They just keeping us wanting more, keeping us waiting, man. I just feel like I think they trying to they diving back into the bag that they were like leading up to WrestleMania 40. How like the Bloodline was pretty much the main storyline for like pretty much the entire year. I feel like they now starting to dive back into that and like get people hooked on it again. Now that Cody is no longer the main like focal point of the storyline this time. Like him and Roman aren't the main focal point. They got the tag team match out of the way. Now it's all Bloodline related. No Cody Rhodes involved anymore. Like, Yeah, Cody doing his own thing now. So now we can focus solely on the Bloodline, and, the Civil War Bloodline storyline. So I think I'm excited to see just how far this goes throughout the rest of the year. So
Agreed. Next up, we had Lash Legend versus Piper Niven. Lash Legend, I guess, is officially on the SmackDown roster. Maybe her and her tag team partner, Jakara Jackson, maybe, or are they just getting some shine over on the SmackDown roster? I was telling Fritos, I kind of feel bad for Trick Williams that his lady is getting more shine than he is on this main roster.
That's tough.
For sure, that's tough. But
Man.
like I said, this match basically went 3 minutes. A little back and forth. There were moments where Piper Niven looked strong. Obviously, then Chelsea Green tried to come in and interfere. But this match was literally just to put Lash Legend over as a legit threat to the women's tag team championships. And like I said, she took on she took on Piper Niven to do so. Like I said, I thought it was a good coming out party for her. Piper made her look strong. And like I said, and she looks like she's gonna put up a good fight and trying to win those tag titles. What'd you think of this moment, Frito?
I thought that the match was good. I do think they're going to be the contenders to take the titles off of Bianca and Jade to eventually set up their feud. But I also think that with Lash coming up there and getting all of this momentum, it's going to bring in Trick. I have a feeling Carmelo's going to do some backstage thing. They're going to do promos, segments, whatever, and that's what's going to bring Trick into the main roster.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be mad about that at all. Like I said, I would love for Trick to come in and be a part of the SmackDown roster, especially since he probably will end up dropping that belt to Ethan Page again. I think Ethan Page is going to carry that NXT brand for a little while Trick gets called up, maybe around Royal Rumble time, maybe just in time for WrestleMania. We'll see. Who knows? But then after that, Cody Rhodes makes his entrance into the ring. And obviously the White Glove men who were there all night handling the Crown Jewel championships are carrying the Crown Jewel championship into the ring and putting it up, giving it the White Glove treatment. Obviously, it's supposed to be treated like a precious gem because it has all those jewels on it and it's unbelievable and all this stuff. So then after that, we go to commercial break. We come back. Cody comes into the ring and he's cutting a promo basically and lets us know that he wants Gunther to come to SmackDown next week so he can find out what he wants to talk about. Cody goes on to talk about how he's fighting for his family name and he's fighting for liberty so that she can know that her name means something, so that when his bones turn to dust, that he can, that she'll know that he was the first Crown Jewel champion, and everything like that. To me, the title looks like a version of the AEW championship that they just took the AEW out the middle of. But I mean, like I said, other than that, I mean, it is a beautiful championship. I hate that lime green that they try to do for Saudi Arabia too. Like the greatest Royal Rumble belt had a lime green strap and like lime green accents, and I thought it was the ugliest title ever.
They had a greatest Royal Rumble belt until now.
Yeah, bro, it looked just like the WWE Championship. It looked just like it. It just was green.
The best thing, bro, it's sad when the best thing to come, the most talked about moment to come out of that entire pay-per-view was Titus botching the damn run in.
Oh God, I won't even mention that.
Nothing else.
Greatest moment ever.
But yeah, so obviously, like I said, he wants Gunther to come to Friday Night SmackDown next week before they go to Saudi Arabia. What do you guys think about this moment? Like I said, Cody was way over with the crowd. The crowd popped heavy for him. Like I said, no mention of Kevin Owens, no sight of Kevin Owens throughout all of this. Even though he did have a video message that aired after that. What did you guys think of this moment?
I thought
awesome. Go ahead, Big Daddy. Go ahead. I talked last time.
I think KO gonna cost him at Crown Jewel, man, and then
sure
that's gonna set up the eventual rematch between the two. What's the next pay-per-view after this one?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Okay, so Survivor Series will be next up. I don't know what kind of match it'll be between these two. I don't think it'll be a regular match. But I definitely think KO gonna interfere in this match and call Cody the match, and then Gunther can have another title under his belt. And so that's my thoughts on it. I think Crown Jewel. I feel like Crown Jewel has always been one of those like those random annual pay-per-views where he just like flirt around, like pretty much flirt around with all kinds of creative ideas. It's just, he's just throwing stuff out there just to try
It's the AEW of pay-per-views.
Yeah,
WWE. It's the dream match, throwing whatever they want because they know they can get that money from them.
Yeah, he just throws stuff out there.
Yeah, it's a sold show already, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I think once we get past this, then I will say this Crown Jewel feels different than the ones of years past, where they just kept throwing old ass part timers in and just like Brock Lesnar and Taker and Goldberg and all those guys. Like, glad we finally got out of that era, So now it's like guys that we can look at. All right, they can put on some good matches, man. They aren't past their prime,
For sure.
So yeah, I'm see what happens, and then we can finally move on to Survivor Series, and then hopefully, Mike. By this time, Mike can finally forgive me for last year's debacle.
Never. As long as they keep showing that CM Punk entrance, never. Ever. Anyways, before I get upset and start yelling at C.
Oh, hang on. One thing. I want to make one comment. Yeah, the title's beautiful. I'm going to say what I said earlier when our conversation. Yeah. I'm kind of annoyed how they're treating this championship for the Saudi show like it's something glorious. It's something that's special. It's probably a one-time title just made for the show that's probably never going to be brought up again. And they're treating it like Lord Stanley, the Stanley Cup, with gentlemen, security, carrying this around in white gloves. They don't need to do all that. It's a one-time deal. I know they're hyping up the show, but
maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, though.
I mean, potentially, who knows? But is Gunther, let's say hypothetically, let's say Gunther wins. Is he going to defend that championship next year, or are they going to create another $100,000 title belt with 1,000 diamonds and gems in it again?
I say Sammy steals the title from him and holds it at bay, and then that's how he gets his World Heavyweight Championship match. So you use it, you make the title work for you and use it as a prop again to get to the next spot that you want to get to.
I say turn that title into the next United States Championship. Get rid of that trash that they got now.
You better watch yourself. That title is beautiful.
Ass.
Oh, wait a minute. See, while we talking about titles, I forgot to mention the fact that Candice LeRae was on the show.
You're talking about the Speed Champion? The first ever woman Speed Champion?
Look at that belt. Look at that title.
Now they got the one. Now they got it. They got it to where it's like over all of us now instead of just a random ass picture. Oh my God!
Yo, I'm working on our graphics, brother. Listen, the producer side is coming out of me. Look at this. Look at that thing. This is how the title would show up if it showed up on the show when they're defending it. Oh my God! The next match.
What's crazy?
Speed
this man.
Championship.
You know what's crazy? You made a unpopular opinion video about no more titles and shit in WWE. And yet you over here glorifying the damn Speed titles.
Oh no. Don't you do that to me. I'm not glorifying the Speed titles. I'm throwing the Speed titles in your face.
Oh my God.
There's a difference.
Trash.
Like how you threaten a Super Soaker cat, that's our Super Soaker for you, the Speed title.
There you go. You act right, see? You act right.
I ain't Super Soaked her in 12 days, man.
Oh, 12.
That's terrible. All right. So moving right along, after that, Nick Aldis is in his office and Randy Orton shows up, and this comes after the Kevin Owens video where he's explaining why he did what he did and how it's unfair, how he couldn't believe that he kind of expected that from Cody, but he couldn't believe what happened between him and Randy. Kind of focused more towards Randy Orton because that is going to be the next money match for him. And Orton comes into Aldis's office and tells him he wants KO at Crown Jewel, and Aldis said he can't do it. And then Orton says, "No, you don't understand me. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you I want him at Crown Jewel." And then Nick Aldis says, "Listen, I can't do this, and it's not coming from me. It's coming from above." And so Orton gives this very annoyed look. I know who I need to talk to. Now, who do you guys think he needs to go talk to?
Who Orton needs to go talk to, or Aldis?
It's Triple H.
Oh, Trips. Yeah, Trips.
I love it. 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 Love this moment. So we move on from there to A-Town Down Under versus the Motor City Machine Guns versus Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo with Elektra Lopez coming out. The match itself was very, very high flying. I love that when the Motor City Machine Guns came out, Corey Graves gave them a lot of praise, was talking about how much they revolutionized the business with the high flying style. He said that they're a 3-time TNA Tag Team Champion, which was refreshing to actually acknowledge another promotion outside of WWE. And like I said, and then from there, the bell rang, and there was a lot of rapid fire action, a lot going on between them. And then the guns finishing up with a double team splash move, and they won the match and are now advanced to that number one contender spot, going up against DIY. I think that match is going to be killer next week. What did you guys think of their debut, and what do you think of them going against DIY next week?
I thought, when they won, not much of a pop, but give them some time. Most WWE fans aren't TNA fans or other promotion fans, so it's going to take them a minute to, learn them and like them. I thought they were a little bit green, like I mentioned, clean shaped guy on Motor City Machine Gun. He missed a kick.
Chris Sabin, yeah, Chris Sabin.
He missed a kick, and basically, I can't remember who he kicked. Airbended the kick. He accepted the airbend. He ain't, Avatar last airbend him. So it's just a little green. They'll get their if I could talk today, Jesus Christ. They'll, learn and continue going on. I think, it's a good way for them to get introduced, especially DIY, another high-flying, fast-moving tag team. So I think this is just a great way to break them into WWE fans and continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Agree.
I feel like to add on to that, because I watched the video, like the highlights of the match. I didn't see them actually their entrance, but I feel like because a lot of people were complaining about the pop. I was like, y'all gotta understand, a lot of these guys made their name in Indies, New Japan, TNA, mostly. Everybody can't be AJ Styles and get the same pop when they first go up on their television. Granted, AJ Styles debuted at the Royal Rumble, so number 2 to be exact. So wasn't it number 2? No, it was probably around.
It was a little bit later than that, but Roman was in the ring.
But it was early. Yeah, it was early. So. Yeah. But everyone's not gonna have that same reaction. Samoa Joe, same thing. No one's gonna have that same reaction. When it's those type of guys, that guys that were that helped make TNA back in the day, the early glory days. Not everyone's gonna have that same pop. Granted, Motor City Machine Guns is arguably one of the best, tag teams, not only in TNA but just in wrestling history. Just around the world. And so I feel like, a lot of people are not too familiar with them compared to the other tag teams that's from TNA, So I feel like, you know, it's gonna take a while for the people to really get used to them. I know because I watched TNA for so many years. So like, but just general like people that are mainly WWE fans, it's gonna take them a minute to get used to it. So, but I think for the most part it was good. It was a decent showing. It's their first match on WWE television. So I think once they get that chemistry going with the right tag team, like just DIY is probably the perfect tag team for them to really go against. Like, you know, and so I think that's gonna be one, like you said, Mike, one hell of a match. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. So we'll see what happens. I'm glad they still going after all these years. They both been dealt with a lot of crazy injuries, you know, throughout their careers, especially Chris Sabin. So I'm just glad to see them guys still going, man. So we'll see what the future is for them. You know, I'm sure they both in their 40s right now, but yeah. But I'm just glad we got some new talent in the division, some veterans, some seasoned veterans to be exact. So they ain't everybody looking at them as new tag teams. No, they new to WWE, but they ain't new to the industry. So keep that in mind. I'm like they can teach a lot of these tag teams some things for real. So just be on the lookout for the Motor City Machine Guns, man. They gonna be on point, man. Just give it time.
For sure. And for the last time, according to himself, Roman Reigns, after that match, came to the ring and asked everybody to acknowledge him. And then after that, Solo marched out to his music with the Ula Fala around his neck. He was alone by himself, so it was just those two. And then begins this promo battle to end the show. Obviously, they circle each other around in the ring. And then Reigns told Solo he told Jay that the Bloodline and family are stronger now. But Reigns said that he doesn't see anything that indicates that they're better off or stronger now. And if anything, they're more divided and broken. He said, we asked him, what do I have to do to end this or whatnot? And tell me what I have to do to fix it. He said he promised his father he would fix this. Obviously, like I said, to tug on the heartstrings for everybody. This entails Solo laughing. And then, like I said, he says an easy fix. All you have to do is acknowledge him. And of course, Roman Reigns said, okay, fine, I acknowledge you. And then he said, no, that's too easy. I said, acknowledge me, but acknowledge me as the tribal chief. And then in that case, Roman Reigns snapped and went off on him or whatnot. He said, acknowledge you as the tribal chief or else what? And then Solo lets him know, I knew you would never change. I never changed either. Snapped his fingers. Obviously, the rest of the bloodline comes out, and they come out dragging a scratched up face of Jimmy Uso. And Rich, by the way, I mean, for all the blood jobs and blade jobs we've seen this year alone with Triple H taking over, literally, like, I don't know if those are scratches on his face or what they were, but it was terrible. It did not look real at all, whatever was on Jimmy's face, but it was pretty funny, though. And then
like,
they did.
looked like he just got done fucking, and his chick he was fucking was scratching him on the face.
And we lost another sponsor, folks.
Oh, God. Oh,
to me, it looked more like he got in a fist fight. That's what more of a fist fight looks like, instead of like taking a cut or whatever, smashing your head in with a weapon. That to me looked a little bit more realistically like a fist fight.
And then last but not least, like I said, they all attacked Roman. Like he had the upper hand for a minute. He finally grabbed the Ula Fala. He finally put it on him, and the crowd cheered. And then Solo came behind him and hit him in the nuts. And then, like I said, took the Ula Fala back. And then, like I said, they gave him the Samoan Spike, and they ended the show once again with the Bloodline on top. What did you guys think of these closing moments of the show?
First of all, you skipped one match. Rock's favorite relative, by the way, Nia Jax, that tag team match. But that was my piss break, so that's fine. We could skip that. And I don't need to hear Big Daddy C going on a rant of how much he hates Nia. Let's keep this short and sweet. I thought it was effective. It's building up to the story. Like I said, it kind of threw me off seeing the scrapes and scratches on Jimmy, but it made it realistically that he fought back. It was a fist fight. The Bloodline jumped him, and Jacob Fatu showed him what it's like to be in jail. Wink, wink. He dropped the soap. But it's building up storyline. I'm looking forward to it. This is probably gonna be the main event for Survivor Series and the War Games match. If they do War Games, I don't know if they've announced it yet, but this is gonna be the match of the night.
What'd you think, Steve?
I thought it was pretty cool. I think for the most part, I just want to see this match happen, man. This War Games match, man. Like I was like, let's hurry up and get to Survivor Series, man, for real. Like I'm ready to see the Civil War for real. Now, like, who is the fourth guy?
It's got to be Sammy. If Jay's got his match, Bloodline interferes. They're right there.
Still dealing with, because I would imagine he's going to have one more match against Gunther
after Crown Jewel on Monday Night Raw.
Series. Huh?
No, it's going to happen on Monday Night Raw after Crown Jewel.
You think they're going to do yet another like World Championship match on Raw?
No. Intercontinental match.
Huh?
Intercontinental Championship matches on Monday.
No, I'm talking about Sammy and
Hey, man, look, don't talk to him. He ain't on the screen. Talk to us.
No, I'm saying, like, you think they're going to have yet another Monday night, like, instead of a pay-per-view?
I mean, to speed up, and they want Sammy and the Bloodline, that would make sense. They would interfere too. If Sammy has a moment with the Bloodline Monday, that would make sense.
Okay.
We'll say they book it. I mean, but that's how your future Booker of the Year would book it. Would book it. That's exactly how I would book it. But that is all the time we have for tonight's SmackDown review. We appreciate you all for watching. We need to make sure that you guys like, subscribe, share this podcast. We are trying to steadily grow. We are on a steady march to 2K subscribers on YouTube. We appreciate everybody that has subscribed. So, like I said, we'll be talking wrestling. And again, keep those book and pencil sharp. We will see you guys on Sunday.